Hello, my name is Mandy. I am with Scott Leroy Marketing. Today's class is Opportunities and Sales Pipeline. So we essentially are going to do an overview of the Opportunities tab in your command, show you some basic functionality and what it can offer you. And then towards the last half of the class, I will actually walk through the sales pipeline with you from start to finish. When you create an opportunity, as in you have a transaction beginning, all the way through to closing it. So I'll show you the lifespan of that and how to move through step by step. If you have any questions and you're here with me live, go ahead and drop those in the chat as we go. Try to get them answered in real time. If we have a few minutes left at the end of class, I'll stay for a couple of questions then as well. And if you're watching this back on recording, you can always reach out to us via email, support@scottleroymarketing.com. And so let's go ahead and jump into our command. And we're going to do that brief overview of the Opportunities tab. I do want to take a quick detour, super quick, over here to the right, though, and show you where you need to have your DocuSign platform linked to your command in order to really get into opportunities and access your forms. If you don't use DocuSign and maybe you use .loop for your signature platform, this is the same place that you would link it. You'd come over here to your name in the top right and come down to My Profile. Nope, just kidding. You come down to Settings. I'm sorry, on autopilot today, guys. You come down to Settings, and right here is where your DocuSign and your .loop live. You should see it in connected status. That's what you want to see. If you see anything else like in progress or not connected, and you have any questions about how to get that connected, you can always check out our DocuSign 101 class. It deep dives into that. Or you can always reach out to us by email as well, and we'll be happy to take a look at getting that fully connected to you. This is just one of those little things that when you're doing your opportunities in command, you will want to make sure that your signature platform like DocuSign or .loop are already linked to your command prior to creating the opportunity. Okay. So just wanted to point this out. Make sure this is done before creating opportunities. Let's travel over to the opportunities tab over here on the left. It's the two hands shaking. If you're not familiar with the icons yet, you can click that red square and it'll pop the name out for you. You can always click the red square again to hide it. And so here is your opportunities tab. If you're not super familiar with opportunities just yet, it's just a fancy way of saying a transaction, right? So you have transactions or opportunities with your contacts. When you start having real estate conversations, you start asking for those appointments, start setting those appointments, keeping the appointments. All of that is included in an opportunity. So you don't have to wait till you just have ink on paper to create an opportunity. When you start cultivating that relationship with that person, you can go ahead and create an opportunity. And again, that might make a little more sense once we start jumping in here into the details. But I just want to let you know you don't have to wait until you're looking for documents to start your opportunity. You can start well before then. So right here in your opportunities tab, I'm just going to go over some basics that you'll see here. Across the top, you'll see different tabs, especially if you are on a team. You may see your team tab here. And if you have, maybe you're just a solo agent, you will see your name here as well. This is your individual opportunities. These are your opportunities on your team platform. And then you have an all opportunities tab. If you are looking for any opportunity that you have been assigned or a part of, it would live here forever. So even if it's closed a million years ago, it will be here. You can always come to your all opportunities tab and search to find opportunities that you're looking for. There's even some filter options here to help you look for everything you're looking for, including opportunities that you may have archived. Okay. There is an all discussions tab. This is more for team members just talking back and forth. So chances are you may not use that a whole bunch. And over here on the right, at any given time, you can click right on into creating an opportunity We're going to do that today when I start walking you through the sales pipeline, but just know that button always lives right over there to the right, and you can always jump in anytime to create those opportunities. Let's go back to our dashboard here, and let me show you a little bit about what all this means that you're seeing here, because it can be a little overwhelming at first if you're not super familiar. So these are pipelines. You have your listing pipeline, your buyer pipeline, and leases pipeline. It's just a visual of all of those opportunities moving through this pipeline. Each pipeline has 5 phases. A cultivate phase. This is like, again, cultivating that relationship, starting to have those conversations. You see something a little promising. Maybe you know this person has a listing, or you know they're going to look to buy soon, and you're just cultivating that relationship and having conversations. That's this phase. Then you have an appointment phase. This means you have already set an appointment with that person. Okay. Active. This means you definitely have put ink on paper. This is either an active listing or a buyer that is now actively looking and shopping with you. Under contract, self-explanatory. Now you have either your listing is under contract or your buyer has made an offer and it's been accepted on a piece of property. Closed again, self-explanatory. You've now had that wonderful meeting at the table and you've been able to sign docs and it is now officially closed. So you will see that for each pipeline, you've had those 5 phases. Okay. I'm going to scroll down just so you can see it's the same phase names for buyer's pipeline as well, right here. The lease one changes just a little. Instead of under contract, it just says pending. So just a little bit of a different term. Okay. Hamid, yes, you can absolutely create an opportunity for a new lead. As long as you're, having that conversation, you're actively marketing to them, you are cultivating. Sure, that absolutely would fit into creating an opportunity. And so that is the visual representation here of those phases. Notice that you have a little icon and a number under each one. That lets you know how many opportunities you have within that particular phase. So for right here, we have 16 opportunities sitting in our cultivate phase, 4 for appointment, 8 that are active, 4 that are under contract, and we don't have anything closed right here. Do know that this visual will only keep the closed opportunities here for 30 days. After they've been closed for 30 days or more, they fall off. They won't show within your sales pipeline, but you can still find them back here underneath that All Opportunities tab. Okay. But this is a visual just to kind of give you a snapshot of your business right now. So you'll also see volume and average time listed under each phase as well. That lets you know how much volume of business that you have sitting in that phase along with the average time that your opportunities sit in that phase. Now, this is a demo account. Hopefully, your average time is way less than ours. But this, again, as you start creating opportunities and moving them through your pipeline, you will see these numbers start to update and really give you a good reflection of your business. Over here to the right, some more handy information. This is your GCI, your gross commission income. It gives you potential income and also probable income. Potential, this is if you closed everything to a T based on the numbers that are on those opportunities right now, this is how much potential is sitting right here in this one pipeline, 900K. Now, what's the probability of you actually getting all of those deals to close? That's a different story. So that's why it gives you a probable income. This is adjusted based on the probability that all of these opportunities are actually going to make it all the way through to the closed phase. Okay. And so, more than likely, based on your business, it's looking more like 300K is going to be your GCI from how much business you have right here in your pipeline. And you can see these estimates for each of the pipelines, buyers and leases. Okay, see the difference? And I am on the individual agent tab up here at the top. If you want to see your team numbers, you can just click on your team tab if you're on a team, and then these numbers would be indicative of that team. We'll go back to our individual one. Now, these are your pipelines I just explained to you. I'm going to circle back in a minute because see how these are hyperlinks? I want to show you what happens when you actually dive deep into your site sales pipelines. But I'm going to scroll down just to show you another little visual that's available here on this tab. And that's just a ratio layout and a bar graph for you, or a line graph, excuse me. So you have a ratio that will show you what percentage of your business is actually made up of listings, buyers, and leases. And then it breaks down that GCI again for you, probable versus potential, shows you how many you have of each opportunity. Okay. And then on the line here, it's just showing you your activity for your opportunities, kind of shows you your peaks, right? And your valleys. You can look at all opportunities, or you can break them out into type, listing, buyer, landlord, or tenant if you want to look at your activity based on those. So you can see the listings for us definitely peaked in October so far. When it comes to buyers, we're seeing a little bit of a decline towards October. It again, it's going to look very different for your business more than likely because this is just a demo account. You probably see the ebbs and flows in yours, the peak seasons of summer, the dips from the realtor holiday that's usually from October to January. So you may see it look a little different for yours. Closings this month. If you have any scheduled to close this month, you would see them listed down here just so you have a little quick glance. Okay. So that's essentially your opportunities dashboard here. I actually want to show you how to go find your opportunities that are here in your sales pipeline. If you're looking for one in particular, now again, always you can always go to all opportunities and search and filter if you want to do it that way. But there's a way to do it right here from your dashboard to go look at your opportunities and be able to manage them and edit them if you need to. So again, these are hyperlinks, right? These little icons. So if I want to jump into my listing sales pipeline, let's say, I can just click into my cultivate phase, and this is what it's going to look like when you're actually inside that sales pipeline. Notice we have our phases: cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, and closed. They're all right here at the top. They have a little I beside them in case you ever want to know more about that particular phase. And it kind of recaps what I've just told you. So you can always have that information here as you're learning. And these little guys down here, these are your opportunities. They look like little cards. Notice that within the 5 phases that we have in our sales pipeline, there's also these stages. You will have stages inside each of the phases. So within the cultivate phase, you have a watch stage where you're just kind of keeping your eye on that contact, that opportunity. You have a nurture stage. That means you are actively pursuing this person, right? You are actively trying to nurture that relationship. Hot means you've definitely made connection, and these guys are willing to talk real estate with you. They're willing to consider you to move forward in that relationship. This would be considered the hot stage. When you go to an appointment phase, we have some stages in there too. Scheduled, like a scheduled appointment, heading to the appointment. Maybe this is a prep period for you. At appointment with your clients. Maybe there's some things that you want to do with that person when you're actually in the appointment with them, like maybe getting them set up on your KW app because you would be right there beside them to help set up their account and make sure they can surf through it correctly. Just some hands-on kind of things you might want to do at the appointment. So you can see that each phase I click on has different stages. When it comes to customizing your pipeline, which if we have time at the end, I'll show you how to do that. Otherwise, we have tip videos on it. The phase name can't be changed, but you can 100% come in here and change the name of the stages to be more customized for your business. Maybe there's some things that you personally like to do in your business for each opportunity. You can 100% come change these stage names. And you can change checklists that are associated with each stage and with each phase. Like, let's go ahead and choose our appointment, or let's do active. Active phase, we can come right up here to stages and checklists, and this is where you can edit them. I can change those stage names. I can even move the order that they're in if I want to. And you can set up checklists for each stage and phase. This is a task list that would show in your task tab and on your command mobile to alert you like, hey, you have an opportunity in the active stage. You need to be scheduling that photographer. You need to be scheduling the open house, things like that. So I can just click right here on the checklist and you can adjust things. You can come in and add more tasks. You can edit the ones that are already here. You can move them into a different order. There's a lot of things you can do in here. You can also set deadlines as well for those tasks. These templates right back here will apply to all of your opportunities as you move forward so that you don't have to manually create those tasks for each opportunity. We have another class called Opportunity Marketing and Checklists. It's already posted on our YouTube channel. It's more of a deep dive into opportunities. We really get into how to edit these checklists. We give you checklist templates that you can go ahead and use so you don't have to recreate the wheel. And we really get into how to market through your opportunities because there is a way to market through them. So definitely check out that class if you want to take a deep dive into this. I'm going to go ahead and back out at this time and come back to our sales pipeline here to show you what it looks like on these little opportunity tabs. Okay. So I've shown you the phases. I've shown you the stages. I've shown you the option to come up here and customize that. But right here on your actual opportunity card, you can see the name of your opportunity. You can see the contact that it's associated with. And you can also see the listing or the property that it's associated with if you've already added that to your opportunity. Okay. You'll also see little snippets here. Maybe they already have an appointment set or a closing date projected, and also maybe a property price. You have this right here. Not property price, excuse me, when it that's usually associated with the commission. You do see the task list I was just referencing. This is the task list for this opportunity. If you have maybe a client that needs a little extra grace applied, needs a little more hand holding, something like that, or they're just the opposite. Maybe they're a heavy investor, they know what they're doing, and they really don't want to have communication unless it's something substantial. Maybe you'd want to customize that task list for that opportunity. So you can always click right here to view your task list and make a change based on this particular opportunity. Okay, so you can customize it even further down to the individual opportunity. Then you see client updates is off right here. We have a tip video that will show you the steps to set this up because there is a certain order of steps that you need to do. But client updates is a way that your client would receive a daily email that just summarizes the activity that's been done on their opportunity within the last 24 hours. If there's no activity on their opportunity within the last 24 hours, they just don't get an email. But if you come in here and start checking off your tasks, or you come to your task tab over here on the left in command, and you start checking off tasks that are associated with that opportunity, they would get an email once daily letting them know, hey, the photographer was scheduled today, the staging was scheduled today, or whatever else that you might have checked off on that list. It's really handy. It's automated updates for your client, so it helps leverage time for you. You can control which opportunities actually do the client updates, and you can control which tasks they get updates for. Like if you have an opportunity sitting over here in the cultivate stage, and maybe that task is find this person's social media and try to connect or try to send them a friend's request, you don't want them getting that in an email that you were stalking them on social media, right? So you can control which tasks they actually get an update for, but it is really handy and some great leverage for you if you do want to look into those. Now that we have gone over what is the preview right here of the opportunity, I do want to show you that they have these six dots on the side, you'll see, and that's how you can move these opportunities through the stages and the phases. So let's go over here to our cultivate, and let's say this little guy just finally is ready to set an appointment with me. You can just click on the opportunity, see how it's starting to be highlighted in green, and drag it up here to the phase of opportunity or appointment and let go. It gives you an update that that has been updated. And now you can come over here to appointment and he's right here. And so you can do the same with moving them through the stages. You just click and drag them over. Move them as you need to. Hopefully you don't have to move them back, but you can do that too if you need to. Okay. And that's what's considered moving them through the pipeline. Now, let's say you need to edit something in particular on that opportunity, or you want to work on that specific opportunity right now. You can always come in here and click the three dots to view details or to archive if you need to. FYI, you shouldn't ever need to archive an opportunity unless it's just, um, let's say you just messed up on the opportunity and you need to recreate it. That's usually the only reason why you would ever archive, or maybe it was just a test opportunity. There's other ways to handle opportunities if a deal falls through, or if you just really have a genuinely lost opportunity, which means you are no longer working with that person, period. Okay. So let's just take a quick minute and talk about that for a second. If you have a test opportunity, archive it. You can archive it right here. That's one way you can do it. If, let's say, this person is they were a buyer opportunity and now they lost their job. Unfortunately, they are no longer qualified to buy. So you will no longer be moving forward with that client. Then that would be a lost opportunity. And so you can come in here. Once you jump into the opportunity itself, you can mark it as lost. But if it's a buyer and they've changed properties, they no longer, the deal fell through on the property they were going to buy. Now we're back to shopping and we're going to offer again on a second property. All of those things are completely different. You don't need to archive your opportunity. You don't have to recreate a new one. You don't have to mark it lost. I will show you when we go through the sales pipeline how to create a new version within that same opportunity. Okay. So I hope that helps. We usually have a lot of questions revolving around that. So let's go back to editing this opportunity. You literally can just click on the opportunity and it will open for you. And this is what an opportunity looks like when you're actually in the opportunity itself. You should see the name of the opportunity in the top left. If it's already linked to a contact, you will see them here. Notice that's a hyperlink, so I could always click and view that contact's information if I want. I can link a listing to this opportunity, especially since this is a listing opportunity. You would want to go ahead and link that. I'm going to show you how to do that in a few minutes when we go through the sales pipeline. You do have some things that live over here in the top right-hand corner, like client updates currently are off for this opportunity. Again, check out that tip video if you want to know how to turn them on. My task list for this particular opportunity lives right here. I can always give that a click, come in here and add new tasks, move them around, see what I got scheduled, that kind of thing. Also, client updates. This is part of turning those on, so I'm going to skip it. And that also has something to do with it as well. So I'm going to skip that as well, but this has to do with your client updates. Over here, you will see your tabs across the top. We have a details tab. This is where information lives on your opportunity. You can scroll down. Once you link a property to the opportunity, this information will populate automatically, but you can always come right here. See your gray pencils on the top of each box. You can always come to these and edit that box of information. Okay, that's how you would edit them. You can scroll down and see key dates for your opportunities. Highly recommend keeping this updated, guys. This is what kind of feeds into your reports tabs. If you've set goals for yourself, we have another class. We just taught it this week. It's how to set goals for 2025. If you're tracking your goals in Command, a lot of these appointment dates right here are what feed into your goals and showing whether or not you're meeting your goals. It feeds into the activities that you're doing with your contacts as well, if that's something else that you're tracking in your command. Um, so definitely keep this updated as you can. You can come down, it's just little informational and stuff down here pretty much shows you who the ownership is on your opportunity and stuff like that. So again, this is your details tab. You can always Sorry, Hamid. Can y'all hear me okay now? I did get a little alert that the internet kind of wavered for a second. Sorry about that. But right here, the sync transaction, whenever you move through an opportunity, you can always update your information from your opportunity and it will feed it right on in to DocuSign, if you have that connected and you're using it. So um, as you update dates on your opportunity, you can sync that information right on over to DocuSign. You'll see that a little more when we jump into the sales pipeline in just a second. You have a marketing tab. Again, that opportunity marketing and checklist class deep dives into this. What shows on this tab changes with which phase the opportunity is in. As you move it from cultivate to appointment to active to under contract, the options right here for marketing update automatically. It's pretty cool. Everything's just a quick click away. This is designs that you can create for this particular opportunity. The beauty of it having it right here in your opportunity is you can go ahead and click on this and it will automatically pull information for you. You don't have to hunt for your listing photos, your listing email, or listing address, that kind of stuff. Um, it's pretty neat. It helps a lot having it right here within your opportunities. So if you're looking to deep dive into some marketing, you can definitely check out that other class. Documents, we're going to live here for the majority of the rest of our class today. This is where you would come and find out what documents are required from your market center for that opportunity. It's where you would go and get your documents, and also how you would turn them into your market center. And if your market center has anything that they need changed or added or corrected, this is where they would tell you. And so you can do a lot right here underneath the documents tab. So I'm going to keep going because we're going to circle back and deep dive into this for sure today. Offers and commissions. When you start getting offers on this property, you would create them here. Once you have an offer that's accepted, you would create your commission request right here as well. We'll do that together today as well. Notes, pretty self-explanatory. You can add notes for yourself, or maybe if you're on a team, your teammates that are assigned to this opportunity would also be able to see the notes listed right here. And timeline kind of shows you the life of your opportunity. This one obviously has not had any activity on it, but as you begin working on your opportunities, submitting them to your market center, stuff like that, you will see events populate right here on your timeline, and you can always come and filter through to view those. Okay. All right. So that's an overview of your opportunities. Let's go ahead and start walking through the sales pipeline together so that we can really go through from start to finish each step of how that opportunity is going to live in your command. Okay. So I'm going to come back out here. I just clicked my opportunities tab. So we'll come back out here. And now let's go ahead and create an opportunity. Come up here to the top right and click create opportunity. And we're going to go through these fields together. The top left, the market center. If by chance you are part of more than one market center, you will want to check this field and ensure that your correct market center is showing in this field. You don't want to create an opportunity underneath the wrong market center. You'll end up having to redo it. So, because once it's created, There's no way to change the market center that it's under. You'll have to actually recreate it again from the beginning. Okay. So again, make sure your market center is chosen. If you're on a team and this is a team opportunity, make sure your team's showing. Okay. Opportunity type, you choose that. Today we're going to do a listing opportunity. There's two things within a listing opportunity that a buyer opportunity doesn't have. And so I want to show you the listing so that you can see that. And then over here on the right, owner, that usually always populates for you. You shouldn't usually have to adjust that at all. Okay. And so client name, you can just go ahead and click that client name. Sorry, I'm letting somebody in through the waiting room. Um, Go ahead and start entering that client's name. If they are in your command contacts already, it will populate here and you can just choose them. If you don't have them in your command contacts already, you can choose to add new contact right here. Okay. We're going to go ahead and use one of our little guys that we already have. You can enter a co-seller as well if needed. Opportunity name does automatically populate for you, but you can always come and adjust this if you want to. Like for a listing, maybe you would want to have the listing address there. Let me get my little sample that we're going to use today. So let's just say we include our address, part of our address in the opportunity name, so it's a little easier to find. Custom tags. You can tag your opportunities just like you can tag your contacts in command. Think of them as labels. It's a way to organize them. They don't mix and match. The tags for your opportunities are separate from your contacts tab, contact tags rather. But it's a great way, like maybe you have a niche in your business, like you really love working with military or seniors first time buyers, investors. If you can think of a way to organize or classify your opportunities, maybe you want to make a tag out of it. That way, if you ever want to come and look at your business based on those niches or those labels, you can easily come and filter through them and say, hey, how many opportunities this year did I have that were military related? Or seniors, that kind of thing. So again, if you want to organize your opportunities, help classify them a little bit better, definitely go ahead and add yourself some tags. You can start, first you need to know how to work a keyboard. There you go. You can start typing your tag name here. And if you don't already have a tag created, you can, like if I've changed this to something there. So I don't already have a tag that has this tag does not already exist. So I can create this tag right now if I want and have it added and just move through and add as many tags as you want. Okay. Estimated close date, you likely won't know that, but if you do, here's the field. Same with time frame. If you think you know about how long this is going to last for this opportunity, you can go ahead and set that up, but you don't have to. Estimated listing price is about the same. It's not a required field, but if by chance you happen to know it and want to add it, you can always put it here. All of those fields can be edited afterwards, though, so don't feel any pressure to get them right this time. Commission rate, go ahead and stick something in there. It's a field with a red asterisk, which means it is required. The phase and the stage, they automatically set to the very first phase, which is cultivate, and the very first stage within that phase of watch. But you can always change these. Okay. You can click on this and change this. If you already know this opportunity is coming in hot and you're moving right into an appointment, and that appointment has already been scheduled, well, then you can start them out right then too. Okay. Again, this all can be edited after you create it too. No worries. Go ahead and click create. And this makes our opportunity. It brings you right here into the opportunity itself so that now you can go ahead and start working on it. Okay. So first things first, let's go ahead and make sure that our listing is actually linked to our opportunity. This is one of those things that a buyer opportunity does not have typically. So you'll see select from listings here on your listings opportunity. Our contact is already linked, but if you ever need to like unlink and change that particular contact, you can do that too if you ever need to. But we'll go to listings. And right here is the stir of a lot of conversation. Most people get to this screen, see no listings, and say they can't link the listing to the opportunity. You can change the filters on this. So if you don't have your MLS synced with your command, your listings won't populate right here more than likely. But you can always come over here to the right and say show either all listings or your MC's listings, whichever you prefer to look at. We'll go and put it to all listings just so you can see how many are here. And then you can search by street address or MLS number. Always recommend MLS number just because it's more accurate, quite frankly. So we're going to go ahead and throw our MLS number in here and click search KWLS. It may take it a second. There we go. So this is our little, um, making sure everybody could hear me. Okay, I got another little alert about the internet. So this is the listing right here that we've chosen to use as an example today for our opportunity. You can look and make sure, is the status the one that you're looking for? Is the listing agent showing correctly for the one that you're looking for? Does this look accurate? Because sometimes it will be in here multiple times if you've previously listed the property. So make sure these details look right and click select. And that will link that property to your opportunity. Notice now that our property box over here just magically updated with all of that information from the MLS so that you don't have to manually do it. That's pretty great. Okay, so we've got our property now linked to our opportunity. And then let's go ahead and move over to our Documents tab. And when you're on your Documents tab, you'll need to check or pick a checklist first. This is a different type of checklist that I've mentioned before. Before, we were talking tasks, a list of tasks for you, the agent. Checklist that lives right here within your Documents tab is the checklist created by your Market Center to show you the documents that you need for this particular opportunity. So you'll pick checklist. Now, this Market Center has a lot of checklists. Your Market Center may not. So this will look different for every single office. So go ahead and choose the checklist that is most appropriate for your opportunity. We're just going to choose residential listing for today. Notice that now all of the documents updated. Right here on the right, it shows me the document name that I need. It shows me whether it's required or a conditional form. There's even an optional. Let me scroll down and see if I can find us an optional. There's one. The optional form as well. It shows you whether you have uploaded them or not, what status it's in. And over here on the right is the field where you'll actually add those documents in. I'm going to show you how to do that as we move through our sales pipeline. So now that we've created our opportunity, we've linked our property to the opportunity, filled out our details page. Now we're under our Documents tab and we've chosen our checklist so that we know what forms are required from our Market Center for this particular opportunity. Okay. At this point, you would come and click Start a Transaction. What this does is it would move over to your signature platform. So whether it's DocuSign or .loop, it would then create either a room in your DocuSign account and open it on another tab for you, or it would create a loop in your .loop account and open that in another tab for you. Definitely recommend checking out our DocuSign 101. This is where it picks up. It will actually show you how to get in there, find your forms, edit the forms, send them for signatures. All the goodies inside of your signature platform is what that DocuSign 101 class goes over. And so that would be the next step in your sales pipeline is starting this transaction so that you can get your forms and send them to your clients to get signatures. Okay. Notice over here in our documents that we have three little folders. Listed, these are the documents we need to get this to be an active listing. And then when it's under contract, we'll click under contract, and these are the forms we need once it's under contract. Same for closed. The forms will change and show you which forms you need to submit to your market center once it's closed. And so let's go up to listed and say you already started a transaction, and I'll show you if it'll do it for us today. We'll start a transaction. It's going right to dot loop. Let me do it again. Yep. So this is what it looks like. These are all the different dot loop profiles we have. So I'll just choose test and click continue. That's what I figured. So again, this is a demo account. What it should do is open dot loop for us on a new tab. And this button would change to go to transaction once you already have either a room or a loop created. Okay. So it would go to a transaction. Either way, same button that will get you to your signature platform if you need to go back there. Okay. So let's say you jumped into DocuSign, you've got your forms signed, and now you need to get them turned into your market center for compliance. You would do that by coming right here to either drag and drop your file. So if I open the files on my device, let's see where I got a PDF. There's one. So I can literally take a PDF and drag and drop it over here and it should work. Notice I said should. It's just not liking me today. Just know you should be able to drag and drop a file right here and it should take it. It normally takes it. Not sure what the problem is today. But again, you should be able to drop and drag your files, or you can click on that field and choose your files that way, and it will upload them. This is what it looks like from your device. It should populate that in green in just a second. There it goes. And so now this is what it looks like when you have a file uploaded. It shows it here in green. You can always choose the three dots to remove it and try again if you want, or go ahead and print an option if you want. Notice that this is all coming from our device. If you have already started that transaction and opened it up into DocuSign, you would then see the option to choose right here to choose from DocuSign. You could then choose DocuSign. This would turn into a drop-down list and it would allow you to choose your documents right from DocuSign and bring them on into this opportunity. You do not have to download forms from DocuSign or dotloop and try to upload them into your opportunity as long as you have those accounts synced to your command. Okay. Like I was showing you the very first step, make sure that DocuSign is linked. Make sure the dotloop is linked if that's what you use instead. That way you can pull documents straight into your opportunities right here without having to manually download and upload. Okay. So let's say we just sorted this and we've uploaded all of our documents that are required and we're ready to submit them to our Market Center for compliance. You would just come right here and click Submit to MC. Once you do that, the status will change right here and right here. And now the Market Center would be alerted that they need to review your opportunity and they will let you know whether it's accepted and approved or there's a correction that's needed. Maybe there's something missing. You would get a notification bell right here letting you know that you need that or need to come address it. And you can always check underneath your documents tab as well because it also will tell you what needs to be done or changed. Okay. Same thing once you start going under contract. Let's say now this listing has an offer on it. Let's walk through what to do once you get that offer. Okay. And so you would come over here to your offers tab and you would begin creating a new offer. Now, this is not legal documents. This is just you making notation within the opportunity of the offer that you have received. You would name it. We'll say first offer. The address should pre-populate for you. If it does not, you can always come right here to select from KWLS. It looks exactly the same as it did when we were linking it to the opportunity. Remember to change those sort options over here so that you can see some properties. And you would search again either by the MLS or street number or street address. Okay. We've gone ahead and already linked our property, so it's already pre-populated for us, which is great. You would move through the fields. This is residential. We'll say it's a resale. It'll automatically set it for 1 unit. The seller information is pulling right from our opportunity, so that should already be filled out. If this was a buyer opportunity, you would fill in this information and the buyer info would be automatically filled out. But since this is a listing opportunity, let's look at our buyer info. We can indicate whether they're pre-approved or pre-qualified. You can enter the buyer's name. Let's say buyer name, so it's not the same as our listing. And then buyer agent representative, add their name. You can add a co-buyer if you would like. And then the terms and dates. So we'll put the sales price, how much cash they're offering, and how much they're actually going to finance. This finance box will automatically populate depending on what you say that they're putting down for cash. How much earnest money? Enter that. You'll see the earnest amount automatically populate, but you can always put your cursor in that field and manually adjust it if you need to. Choose who's going to hold it. Choose your contract date, closing date, and then contingencies. If there's any contingency that you need to add to this offer, like maybe it's contingent upon an appraisal if it's going to be financing, and you'll put the due by date. Um, and then you can add a completed date. You more than likely wouldn't do this, but you can add a contingency here and choose from the drop down anything that you need. They've pretty much got it all pretty covered in here, like sale of seller's property or sale of buyer's property, stuff like that. So you can put that all in here. If you don't see this on the list, which the message I just got, this is probably going to be more of what you're looking for. If you're looking about seller's concessions, you can also add that to the notes at the bottom if you want. I was just looking through our options really quick to see um, if it would fall into any of these. I'm not seeing anything right off the bat that would cover that, but you can, I'm going to remove that one. You can add it to the comments here as well for sellers concessions and things like that if you would like. Once you're done, click either create offer. Maybe you have a second offer that you need to create, or if you know already that they've accepted this offer, you can choose create and accept if you want to. I'm going to click create offer just so you can see what it looks like on your offers tab. It will give you an accept, reject, or the option to edit or remove. Okay. So let's just say you got a second offer. You can come in and add another offer. That's fine. If this is your only offer and you want to accept it and move forward with your commission request, you would just click accept. It will update automatically. Should update automatically. There we go. Accepted status is right here. And now you can manage your commission. So you can click Manage Commission. If at any point you need to go back to your offer, just look right here and you can click back over to that offer if you need to. Okay. And you can click Manage Commission to get to that part. It lives underneath this same tab together. Okay. So now you would need to do your commissions request to your market center. The first box over here to the left, well, let me say this. The left-hand side is where you edit. The right-hand side is where you see your summary. Okay. Left-hand side, you'll see the pencils. Um, That's so lovely. This is an error, guys. This is tech in real time. If you haven't heard, Command is going through a lot this week. Um, and so that's something new right there. But it says I don't have permission to edit for this. I don't have permission to edit the commission, um, which is wrong because I'm the owner of the opportunity. So at any rate, we're going to do our best that we can today. So essentially, you should see general information listed here that was pulled from your offer. If you need to edit this at any time, you can come right here, click edit in a perfect world, edit right here, and it would let you adjust these fields. Same for contingencies. You would come here, edit the contingency, maybe add a completed date, or add another contingency. You can come down to commission information and adjust it here as well. Maybe you had another agent that you were working on your team with in regards to this commission, and you need to make sure that they get paid. You can always come here and say add agent. I really wish I could jump into this for you guys. We have a tip video that shows this specifically, the commission request, how to come in here, add another agent, add a co-broker if for any reason that would apply to you. You can come in here and add these and add that information. Okay. And as you're adjusting the information, you will see your summary change in real time. It will show you how much is being paid to the agents. You would see anything that maybe you had for nonprofit deductions. You see this part right here. You do have a place for seller concessions within these fields. So you would see all of this here, and you can go ahead and click submit. That sends it over to your market center so that they can review your commission request and get that approved for you. Okay. So let's say that's all happened. We created our opportunity. We got all of our docs signed. The listing went active. We got our offers. We went under contract. We've made sure that our folder of documents is submitted to our market center for being under contract. And now our commission request was submitted to our market center, and now it's come back approved, and you have your closing. So once you have your closing, you can move your opportunity into the closed phase. You would want to make sure you come back to your documents, come over here to the left-hand side. There it goes. Make sure you come to your closed folder right here, submit those closed documents. And once you submit your closed documents and it's closed, your opportunity should move into the closed phase. You can always come here and move it manually if you want. Just know that some things can't be edited once you are in the closed phase. So make sure that it's really closed before you throw it over here in the closed phase. Um, and so once it's in the closed phase, you should be good to go. Remember that it will stay on your opportunities tab in the sales pipeline for up to 30 days after the closing date. You can always find your closed opportunities past that underneath your all opportunities tab as well. Um, and those task lists that I was showing you earlier, the checklists, there's ways to have checklist for the closed phase too. Maybe you want to do a follow-up phone call in 2 weeks after closing. You can go and add tasks for that so they'll pre-populate so you don't just keep moving in business and forget about your guys that you just closed. So definitely keep it in mind, big picture view when you're making your task list for each opportunity. That way you know that you won't miss anything and you keep that relationship going after closing. That's going to be it for our class today, guys. I'm going to go ahead and stop so I can get to some of the questions in the chat here. If you have any questions and you're here with me live, go ahead and drop them in the chat. If you're watching this back on recording, you can always reach out to us, support@scottleroymarketing.com. Thanks for watching.